Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we actually provide you with top tips to actually meet your specific need. So today we're actually going to be sharing with you a top number one strategy that you can actually use to predict an under 2.5 or 3.5 goals using Sofascore betting app. So if you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and updates whenever we create a new video or tutorial. So also, if there are any app that you are using at the moment for you to predict an under 2.5 or 3.5 goals, then please make sure to leave a comment below this video. So we are going to do another video to even show you even more strategies that you can actually use to predict under 2.5 or 3.5 goals with the app that you are actually using. So to begin with, the first step you actually want to take is to make sure to locate your Play Store, as in my case. Click on it directly, and at the top search of your Play Store, just make sure to type Sofascore app, since we are actually going to be using this app for this strategy. So the app actually looks like this from the inside. It looks like this. If it's your first time to use the app, then please make sure to go ahead to install the app. And once the installation has been successful, make sure to locate the open button here, as in my case. Click on it directly, and you are going to be taken to the inside section of the app. By default, you're actually going to be taken to football, as you can see here by default. And since we are dealing with football, we're actually going to leave it to football by default. You can as well make use of this calendar here by clicking on it and choosing any particular date that you actually want matches to be displayed to you. But in my case, I'm going to leave it by default. So the next step you actually want to take is to make sure that you locate this 3 stripe that you can see here. Click on it directly and come to this section that says dropping out and click on it. Once you do that, you're actually going to be displayed with this front page. But our interest here is to make use of this top navigated menu that you can see here. Just make sure to scroll and come to this area that says top team strike and click on it directly. Once you do that, you're actually going to be displayed with a lot of games, as you can see in my case. Our interest here, since we are dealing with under 2.5 or 3.5 goal strategy, our interest, or what you need to do, is to make sure to locate this area that you can see here with this drop down headed arrow. Click on it and make sure to come to this area that says less than 2.5 goal and click on it directly. Once you do that, you are going to see that matches will be filtered and displayed to you only based on under 2.5 goals, based on the choice that you have actually made here. What you want to do as the next step is to make sure to choose the matches displayed to you one by one in order to analyze the matches as we are actually going to show you. So here in this strategy, we're actually going to apply about 3 cases that you should look at when it concerns under 2.5 or 3.5 goal. As the first case, I'll actually want to go to the first game here and click on it directly. Once you do that, you are going to be taken to the inside section that you can see here. You can see in this case the recent form, as you can see here, recent form. You can see that here we have 3 red and 2 green. In this case, we are not going to go for this game. Always make sure that the number of reds are more as compared to all of the others displayed to you. So once you see that green and red and even the white that you can see here are actually, red is not more as compared to the others, then make sure to avoid, because the red actually is a sign that this team does not have a good form. So go one step behind and choose the next game. As in this case, I will go to this one, click on it directly, and I will make sure that I look that red and more. In this case, we have more red here, about 5 red, which is more as compared to the rest. In other words, they are telling us that this form, the form of this team, which is Argentina, is very, very poor. This is the kind of game we actually want, because it will be very difficult for them to actually score since they have a very poor form. But we are not going to relent here, our effort here. We should move one step again behind and come to this area that says matches. Click on it directly and make sure that most of the matches played by this team recently have not been able to score goals and are always below 2 goals. Once you know that this is true, as in this case, you can see Adina, in this case, in this year, 2023, have not scored any goal, 0 goal. In this case, Adina is still 0 goal. In this case, 0 goals. In this case, 0 goal. You can see most of the cases as the most recent. You can see the most recent start in this year. Make sure that the matches played should be most recent in the year that you are actually looking at. In this case, we are actually in 2023 and the month is actually April. So make sure that the month is not very far. It should not be more than 5 to 6 months. In this case, it is not more than 5 to 6 months. You can see Adina has 0 goal. In this case, Adina has 0 goal. In this case, Adina has 0 goal. So most of the cases here, the goals that they have actually scored is 0. In other words, it will be very hard for them to score. And we are looking at the possibility of an under 2.5 or 3.5 goal to occur here is a very big possibility. We are not still going to end there. What we want to do as a next step is to come to standings, to click there and make sure that we check that this team is really having a poor form and it's very hard for them to actually score. I will go one step down and I'm going to see that they are actually in the almost the last of the league table, which is actually meaning they are actually in the relegation. You can see they have actually played 12 matches, they have win 2, draw 5, lose 5, and out of the 12 matches they have played, they have scored only 6 goals and they have conceded 9. In other words, they are very poor in scoring. So once you know that this is one of the teams that you have actually saw that have the possibility of an under 2.5 goal, to be very sure and even be on the safer side, you can now go for an under 3.5 goal, which will even give you an upper hand and to stay on the safer side to have this match once placed on your bet slip. Once you know that this is one of the game, what you want to do is to make sure that you move one step again to choose the next game. But once you have already located your match or here as you come here, you already know the match, make sure that once as you are on match section, the next match that will actually be played by this team, just make sure that you come to this notification bell, click on it and enable it so that once again you come here, you are going to come to your favorite area. Like if I go one step behind, I'll just come to favorite here, click on favorite, and the game which you have actually highlighted will actually be shown to you on your favorite section. So you will not need again to go again and try to follow all the procedure for you to pick those under games. You just go to your favorite and go to only your favorite area and all the matches will be displayed to you. So I'll come back again to less than 2.5 goal and go to the next game. I will come here, click on it directly and make sure that the reds are more. In this case, we have more green, which means that this team have a good form. So I will not want to go for it. I'll move one step behind and go to the next. I'll go to Goyas and check that it has more red. In this case, there are no more red. I'll go one step behind and I'll go to the next and make sure that I figure out all of those teams that have more red. In this case, they are not more red. I'll go one step behind. I'll go to the next. Of course, once I do that, I will see more red in one area that I'll actually go to consider and check the analytics, and I'll go to apply the same method which we actually did for the last one. In this case, again, I will go to this one. Let me check and see. In this case, there are not more red here. Repeat the same process, go to the next, repeat the same until you are going to meet an area where there are even more red as compared to the green. So I will go the same, repeat the same thing and continues till you are going to see more red as compared to the green. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red, and we have 4 greens and 3 white. In other words, 4 red and 4 greens. But we want to check here, since we have equal red with greens, what we want to do, we are not going to conclude here. We just want to make sure that we check on matches to make sure that team is unable to score. And of course, when we come here, you are going to see that they have the possibility of them to score. You can see 2 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal. You can see, even though most of the time in this recent here, they have, you can see here, Terrain Ganu have 0, of course 0. Okay, most of the time they have 0, which already give us an highlight that an under 2.5 can be possible. So we are going to stand in to check to see that this team is unable to score. So they have played 6 matches, only 4 goals scored and 6 conceded. But now, instead of us to go for an under 2.5, under 3.5 is a good choice. So when you see matches where the red and green are almost equal, don't go for a straight 2.5 as in the first case where you can go for a straight under 2.5. No, it was the second case, a straight under 2.5 because they were more red, and you can even go for an under 3.5. In a case where the red and green are almost equal, under 3.5 is just the best choice. So once you do that, you are going to come out with the best under 2.5 or 3.5 goals when this strategy is concerned. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and updates whenever we create a new video or tutorial. And see you again in our next episode. Bye-bye.